Alright, so we're leak testing our upgrades here. Most of this stuff is iSpring. Actually, I think everything in here is iSpring. Those guys. So I've got the UV sterilizer. Not plugged in yet. I have to do some stuff. This guy here is the spin down. Also not plugged in yet. So I made everything PEX in this old system. It was 2 filters, 2 tiny filters, and they were not doing a very good job. And that valve right there was trying to explode because air gets through it very, very easily even when it's closed. So, made some upgrades here. This is not permanent. In fact, all of this, up to but not including this piece right here, because that goes underneath the driveway and up to the house. But so this is probably staying, somewhere along this line is staying, but everything else is going to go. I don't really have a need for this stuff, and I'd like everything to be PEX, because PEX is just so much better. Although we did have some problems, and as you can see, we used to have some leaks. Everything was taped up, but it was more or less just hand tightened because this is, you know, brass and this is plastic, and I didn't want to ruin anything. But apparently that was not good enough, and we leaked here, there, the other side over here, and down there. But a little bit of wrench and some pretty reasonable amount of timing, and it looks like our leaks are done. So that's pretty cool. I fully expected a leak here, and really, really expected a leak there, but we do not seem to have them. I don't like the way that thing's kind of hanging at an angle there, but I guess I could fall asleep tonight as long as we don't have leaks. And you know, I was considering adding one of these before, but I was like, you know, I got filters. What could go wrong? Actually, well, I don't see them anymore, but previously I had this thing, I told it to drain, and it had like bugs or some damn thing in it. It was probably just flaked off iron from me messing around with the pipes. Oop, there she goes. And I tell you what, there were some big chunks in there. Actually, you can kind of see right in here, I've got little flecks of, something's going on here. Sputtering, I better get out of here and look. I got a lot of pressure. Let's go ahead and stop that. Yeah. So, got my pressure set pretty high, actually. We're at 40. This thing tries to get to 60 out here. I'm gonna end up changing that around a little bit. Looks like we still got some very slow leaking going on here. Just there and there, I see. I think this is going to be a situation where it's not leaking huge, so I might just give it a little bit of time. Our water is very, very hard, and it actually seals up leaks on its own. And there won't be a softener in this loop right here. Softener is going to go over here, so it only softens water that goes into the house. These pipes there go outside the shack, and they power all of the bibs that just are for like yard stuff, and I don't want a bunch of salt getting into my yard, even if it's tiny, tiny, tiny amounts. Water evaporates, salt stays where it's at, and I just don't want that outside. Yeah, we got some leaks in here. Let me check this other one. Yeah, got a few leaks in there. I'll probably let this stuff sit, and then if it's still doing that tomorrow, we'll wrap it very aggressively with the tape and make sure that that doesn't keep happening. I'm really impressed that my PVC connections aren't leaking at all, because that's actually what I was testing out here. But other than that, everything seems to do pretty good here. Obviously I can't see what's going on inside these, which is a good thing. Our last thing was 2 1-stages stapled together, and they had a clear canister on them, and that was terrible. There's not a lot of light that gets in here, but there's some, and the filters really got covered up with algae on the side that I drink from, and I don't care for that. But with all this stuff, it looks like we're doing good. Wow, you can really see all that stuff getting up there on the filter. Where do I turn this thing? Huh. Well, that's really bizarre. Wish you'd sit kind of how I set you up initially. That would be nice. Yeah, look at all that garbage. It doesn't even have to make it to my filters. I love this thing. That's the real hero here.
So here's my quick video review of my iSpring well water automatic flushing filter. And so far it's been great. I've had it running for about a month now. And this was the first time I just cleaned it. The screens are a little dirty, but I have it flush every day for 60 seconds. I found that seems to be working the best for me. It does a real nice job of keeping my other filters here. I have a whole house filter. Then I go into a iron suppression filter here. Then it goes into a water softener, and then goes through one more 1 micron filter for the whole house. But this has helped, especially my whole house filter, stay a lot cleaner longer. Just to show you how it works. Now I did add a longer hose. They gave you a small hose. It was this little, I actually got it over here. I'll just grab it. They give you this little blue hose. This wasn't big enough for what I needed, so I just got some clear vinyl hose and ran mine out to a PVC, which goes into another larger PVC out into some rock where it flushes out. But just to, I'll show you real quick. You can manually do it yourself if you want. You can just hit the button, it'll turn on. It tells you right now, that's saying it's on a 1-day cycle. If I hit this, you see the setup, so that's 1 day. And if you hit it again, that's the amount of seconds, so you can go up to 90, or you can go all the way down to 15. I like 60 seconds. Has worked pretty good for me, so I'll leave it there, and then I'll just show you what, if you want to do it yourself manually, all you have to do is hit this drain here in the beginning, and it'll turn on, opens the valve, and then it counts down and starts flushing. So it just opened, and now it's starting to count down, and now it's flushing that out. Now you're not seeing much there because it's not real dirty right now, but it does flush with some pretty good force to keep that clean. And I've found for me, flushing it more often rather than doing every couple days seems to keep it a lot cleaner. And I don't mind doing 60 seconds once a day. No big deal for me. But great item. Prior to this, I had another well filter, but it was a lot smaller. It was probably half the size of this filter that's in here, and it used to fill up regularly, very, very fast, especially when we would do things like sterilize our well and stuff. It would fill up almost too fast to even, we'd have to come out and flush it every day. So now we don't have to do that anymore, and really happy with the iSpring. This is a great invention. It also can use both batteries and AC power. So the batteries are back up there in the top here, and then I have it plugged into a cord up top. But so far, really happy with it. It was very easy to put together. It came with everything I needed. Had the shark bite fittings, and I just threw a piece of PEX pipe in there between there and hooked it up real quick. And it's been working great for me. All right, have a great day, everybody.
All right, all in all, not too bad. I still have a drain plugged line to run from the bottom of the sediment filter thing, but all in all, not a bad day's work. Started at about I guess 9 on Saturday morning, and it's now about 11 o'clock at night. And I think I'm gonna call it for the night and put that drain line hose on tomorrow. And all in all, not bad. Would have liked to have known which filters went where and which side was up, and could have used the connections between those two, or something easier. That was kind of difficult to kind of piece that together. Other than that, very happy with this system, and I hope it works well.